But the most important thing, and this is what I saved for last, because I think this is the single most important slide that I can give you. And by the way, Maud obviously is going to she's videotaping all of this, so this will be available for review. But if you guys want this whole presentation, because I know some people really like this whole presentation, I'm going to get the email list from Maud tomorrow. So I'll be happy to email everybody a PDF version of this presentation. And this is the slide that I think you really need to pay attention to. Here's the single most important thing I think you need to do. And this is by no means a guarantee of success, but what I can assure you is this is a way to prevent failure. I may not make you money, but hopefully, if you follow this formula, you will not lose all your money in one fell swoop. The basic idea is the more you trade, the more you lose, the less risk per trade you must assume. So if you are trading 100 trades, the maximum amount of risk is 250 basis points. So for $10,000 account, you can only risk $250 if you're going to trade 100 times a year. If you're going to trade 200 times a year, you should only risk $200 a trade. At 500 times a year, you should risk $50 a trade. This is on a $10,000 account. Obviously, you can scale that up to whatever size you save. If you're trading 1,000 times a year on a $10,000 account, you can only trade basically $25 at a shot. That doesn't look glamorous. That doesn't look, exciting. But ignore this at your own risk. This is my key point. It may not be the best. It may not turn 10,000 into 100,000 overnight, but it will also not take $10,000 down to zero in a week, which is the much more likely scenario of every single trader I've ever come across in my life. So, if you guys want to just one last thing, let me just see if I can do this. I just wanted to show you, this is hourly chart of the euro dollar. A lot of my trading. This is my bogus account. But as you can see, this was a killer trade. This trade just freaking destroyed me on Friday. My basic bread and butter trade is to take the 50 to 85, the breakouts, the breakout in the North American, the European North American session went to 84.3 on Friday, and then we turned ourselves around and stopped me out, right? So that happens. It's just, it's just the nature of the biz in the Europe. And I got clipped out again. I was just fooling around in this account on Asia. And of course, Kim Il-jong came in and died on us, and that killed risk aversion. So I actually got long again here at 25. I'm targeting about 60 on the move. It looked pretty good early in the morning when risk seemed to really, be covering. Right now, risk is very, very problematic. So we'll see if that trade works out. The trade that did work out today was the pound trade, which actually was kind of a nice trade. I took that from the 55, and that ramped up to 55.40 over a couple of hours. So that trade worked out relatively well. The Aussie is another thing that I'm just kind of holding right now and getting my ass kicked. The Aussie had really good. I bought the risk to the upside, and we had these nice risk flows, but just not enough juice today to take us out all the way to 85. And now, because the market has really completely turned around on me, I'm very much in danger of getting stopped out at 99. But then, but that happens. It's just, it's just part of the game. On the other hand, as you can see, I had some very good trades here, the week prior, catching all the moves to the downside. Unfortunately, this is Kathy's wedding. I missed all of this unbelievable opportunity. I would have made so much money on all of these trades had I followed my strategies last week, but it's always the nature of the business. This is just my play account. I just wanted to show you a little bit of what it looks like. Let me just go back to, I think we can see a little bit more of my euro if we go back. Yeah, you see my euro trades. Some of them getting clipped, a lot of them still getting. Bottom line is, my goal is, and you can see pretty much from this chart that I sort of achieve it. My goal is to win 2 out of every 3 times, and that doesn't mean that every 2 out of 3 times I win. Sometimes I'm going to have 2 double losses, or sometimes I'm just going to be idiot and and stupid. But most of the time, if I can keep my wins 2 out of 3 times with a 35 target and a 50 and a 50 loss, then I'm net positive. And that's really all I trade. That's really all I try and do. And at the end of the year, if you can do that, you're up 1,000 pips. And then, depending on how your lever factor is, you're doing very well.